Hello, hello. So I am 6 days into my 7-day water fast. It's been a little bit, oh, my camera is slightly tilted. Let's adjust it. Yeah, and it's been an interesting experience so far. I must admit that I've had a few moments where there has been a lot of hunger pangs and it felt really difficult. Like, I think the fifth day in the morning, I was actually asking myself, wow, how nice would it be to just give up on this challenge and just eat some food? And that thought definitely crossed my mind a lot of times. But I realized this one thing that actually changed it all for me. The only real thing that was holding me back or stopping me from actually not breaking the fast and keeping to the fast is because I'm so active on social media right now. And I basically put my name, my reputation, everything on the line to do this fast. I'm coaching people for discipline, helping people to hack their discipline. So like surely I must have a lot of tips that can help people through difficult things like a 7-day water fast. So when I actually put myself so out there on social media, right, it makes a lot of sense that I have to keep to my fast. So that is the power of social pressure, and using social media to your leverage means really putting your name out there and telling people that you respect and people that you want to build a quality relationship with, because we as humans, we care so much about what other people think of us. And in my head it's like, oh wow, if I quit this challenge, what would other people think of me? That kind of thoughts come to my head. And then I realized like, wow, it's not really that difficult to actually keep to this fast. So I just keep going on and on and on and keep doing it. And I realized that, wow, it's actually not that difficult, because like when your body says it's hungry, you can separate that from your mind. Like your mind doesn't have to focus on the body. And if you don't, okay, I'm pointing at my body, but you can't see it here. Yeah, when you don't focus on the relationship, when you don't focus on the hunger, you focus on other things. Like I'm doing other things. Yesterday I went out, I organized a meetup for poker and played some poker with my friends. And when I was there playing with other people, right, I don't focus on the food people eating in front of me, but I was okay with that because my focus was on the right things, and that is not on my hunger. So that would be another lesson that I learned. Um, so, I mean, it's been such an interesting experience, and I've learned so much from this. I think one thing that comes from it as well is that it's increased my confidence level and in myself a lot. I now understand that, hey, if I can do something that probably like 0.1% or less of people can do, right? I'm actually like super fucking disciplined. I mean, I didn't used to think I was disciplined, but if I can do something that nobody else can do, I'm probably pretty good at it, or at least I found my way to how to hack it. And it's given me a lot of confidence in my coaching, in my ability to conquer anything in my business, in building online courses, because I know that if I put my mind to something and I want to do it, right, I can do it. Even when I'm tired and I have low energy because of a lack of food, I can actually force myself to go through it. And putting yourself through some challenges, and when you actually make it through those challenges, right, you come out so much stronger, because the challenge or the obstacle is always the way. The challenge is actually what makes you become a better person, and this gives me so much confidence. Like now I actually feel like I'm ready to crush the world and do all of these things. All right, but that being said, I still have another 30 or so hours to go. To be exact, let me count, I think it's 33 hours. And yeah, super excited for the completion of that. I'm just gonna have some broth and some soup when I'm done. Oh yeah. So Tom, you asked if it's a water fast. Yes, it's a water fast. So I only put salt, pink Himalayan salt, and I squeeze a little bit of lemon to my water sometimes. I did some research and that seemed like the best strategy. So that's what I did. When I feel weak, I just add a lot of salt into my water, and that makes me feel less dizzy. I have so far lost about I've so far lost 4 kg since the 7 days have started in these 6 days. I told myself that if I lost more than 6 kg, I'll quit the fast just for health reasons. But since I'm only at 4 kg, I think I'll make it through the end of the 7-day fast. On top of that, I also did 1 meal a day for the 3 days before the 7-day water fast started, when I was also on ketogenic diet for 7 days to get my body fat adapted so that it's easier for me to go through that fast. Tom, do you also do your water fast, as in like just water, or do you have a little bit of calories in some form? Tommy said, "Would love to see your appetite when you end this fast." Oh, actually, Tommy, I think you mean that my water fast would make me have a very large appetite, but that's probably not the case. I think after the water fast ends, right, my appetite is gonna be quite small for the first few days for sure, because when your body becomes fat adapted and your stomach shrinks, you don't have that much capacity to eat food. So I'm not expecting to eat a lot in the few days after the fast. Probably 1 meal a day, and not even a very large meal would be enough for me. However, after that first like 3 to 5 days when I eat 1 meal a day, I'm gonna pump in the calories. I'm gonna work out hard as well to try and put on some muscle, because I want to slowly gain back all of that 6-7 kg. I don't know how long it will take me to gain that amount of weight back, but I do want to put that weight back on. Like, I don't see the need to be. So right now I'm 56 kg. It's like the lightest I've been in, say, like 10 or even more years, and that is really, really quite light for me. So Daryl, you're asking, how are you feeling energy-wise as compared to usual non-fasting days? Oh, in the morning I feel really low energy, to be honest. At the night as well, I feel pretty low energy. Like at night, usually about 8 p.m. onwards, I'm really, really sluggish. I just can't do any more work, and I just kind of want to rest and do nothing. So usually I end up on the couch. I was playing a little bit of games. I downloaded a game to play because I didn't want to have to move around too much. In the morning as well, when I first wake up, it is a little bit harder to get out of bed because my body lacks the energy. However, throughout the day when I'm doing work and stuff, I think my brain functions pretty well. So like I don't feel like my work is suffering at all. I think it's because ketones give you a lot more energy, especially like fuel for your brain. So that really helps a lot in terms of my actual productive work. If you ask me in terms of my energy, like can I work out as hard as I would work out when I have food, then definitely like not that kind of energy. I wouldn't have that kind of energy. However, I'm doing a lot of incantations, and I'm doing a lot of like power moves, like to try to like, hype myself up when I'm doing my work. So in case my energy level drops, right, I just like boom and come back into it and just raise my energy level, because energy is something that you can generate from within. You don't wait for the energy to come. You can always bring it out from within whenever you force yourself to do it. The more you do it, the easier it is for you to force the energy out. So that's what I do all the time. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Tom, about the keto being very, very important. Oh, you said you did the 2 coconuts per day, Tom, with the colon cleansing. I actually want to do colon cleansing as well, but I didn't actually find time to go and do it. I think it would be very, very beneficial, because as my body is losing all of the toxins, right? If I do colon cleansing, it would speed up the process even more. So actually, since you mentioned it, it's definitely something I will consider putting into my calendar for tomorrow. Do you happen to know any place in Singapore where I can do it? I think it's probably worth it for me to do it, since I'm already so many days into my fast, to just kind of like increase the detoxifying effect. Yeah. Okay, I guess 2 coconut water per day is still pretty tough to do, and I don't think many people would be able to do such a difficult fast. So great job. If I knew you had done the fast, I would probably have spoke to you about it and get a little bit more of your thought process, so that I didn't have to go through this totally on my own. But I guess now I'm only 30 plus days left, so I'm pretty confident that I'll make it at this point. Oh yeah, I remember you said you did it in Thailand when you had the weight loss bet. I think after your fast, Lance or someone sent me pictures of you eating a pizza after you won. I don't know, it's like 10K or 20K in the bet. That was pretty funny. I loved your smile on your face. It was super, super funny. Uh, yeah. And so, okay, so coming back to the water fast, right? Another big thing that I learned is that we are all just so fucking addicted to food that it's ridiculous. Like most of the time, I was like when I'm not doing anything, I just want to start putting food in my mouth for no apparent reason. And it's like, oh, I have nothing. Oh, it's lunchtime. Oh, I just find every excuse that I can to put food into my mouth. Of course, I love the taste of food, and that's one reason. But oftentimes the food doesn't even taste so great. I'm just eating it. Like if somebody puts some non-delicious thing in front of me, I will just eat it because I am tempted by it and I don't even like it that much. And that is kind of an interesting phenomenon that I realized that we all have the willpower to, we all have the capacity to actually avoid eating those things whenever we want. Um, plus, plus when I'm actually going through this fast, right, I actually understand my connection to myself so much better. I'm forced to sit with myself with no stimuli, with no sugar. That truly actually makes me much stronger as a person. And I actually have to avoid alcohol as well, which at some points, because it was the ultra weekend last weekend and stuff like that, like and some of my friends went out partying. I haven't partied for super long, but they happened to ask me out for these kind of things. And if not for the fast, I might have went. But because I was on the fast, right, I didn't go. Actually, the most interesting thing that I found it the most difficult for me, especially since I'm so low energy in the morning, like I mentioned earlier, because I don't have energy in my system, especially when I'm sleeping and I'm in a resting state, and then I don't have like calories or anything to burn to kind of keep me awake, right? In the morning, most of the time I have a bulletproof coffee. Sometimes I put butter, but rarely. Usually I just put MCT oil in my mushroom coffee with like 50 mg of caffeine. And when I actually don't have that 50 mg of caffeine and I don't have the MCT oil, right, it makes it so much more difficult for me to stay awake in the morning. Usually in the morning when I smell the coffee, right, it just makes me awake. Even if it's decaf coffee and it just has like 30 mg of caffeine or 20 mg of caffeine, it actually wakes me up. And when I don't have this, right, it becomes so difficult for me to actually stay awake in the morning. And that might be even more difficult for me than the no food part. Like it's a combination. Like when I don't have food and I don't have caffeine as well, it was super difficult. 3 days before I started the fast, I quit caffeine because I knew that I couldn't take caffeine during this fast, right? So I had to stop it, and that 3 days was very unproductive for me. Like I tried to read a book in the morning, and I was like, I don't feel like reading this book anymore because it was, yeah, I'm somewhat addicted to caffeine, even though I don't consume a large quantity of caffeine. I think that 30 to 50 mg and the smell actually changes everything. Now that I mention it, like I don't know if I should just like make some coffee and just smell it to kind of put myself in the awake state, but that would make me crave coffee even more. Tom, I don't know why you're tagging Kenneth Key. Are you telling him that he needs to lose some weight, or is he doing a weight loss challenge with you? That's pretty funny. All right. Anyway, so that's it for this video. I really appreciate your time watching this video. It's a pleasure doing some kind of education stuff, and I hope this inspires you to be more disciplined, to keep your weight loss goals, to do some kind of fast. I probably recommend intermittent fasting and maybe at most 48 days fasting, because 7 days fast, if you don't have any experience in it and you're not medically supervised, it's definitely not something I would recommend at all. So in the meantime, definitely step up, take the leap of faith, and jump sticks. I'll see you again. Bye.